Now, buddy, over the past few years on the channel, we've talked so much about research aircraft, primarily American research aircraft from the 1950s and 60s and 70s, like, you know, the X-15, where they were like, all right, let's put a rocket engine to an airplane and see how fast it can go. Or even if it's just like the weird wing one and the quick ones, whatever it is, airplanes that we definitely needed, you know, in order to shape our knowledge that we have today of what it is like to build an airplane, knowledge that we needed to build our planes that we have today, whether it would be fighter or airliner planes. We obviously needed research aircraft. And so everybody, in today's video, we're going to talk about one of the biggest failures, the Bristol 188, of course, a British research aircraft that wasn't really successful in research because it didn't achieve its, goals, its intention it was made for. By the 1960s, the British kind of wanted to make their own SR-71 plane, a reconnaissance airplane whose weapon it was to go very fast, flying above speeds of like Mach 3, quick airplane. Yes, they were very keen on building the so-called Arrow 730, but to build it, they needed knowledge on what it is like to build a plane that can fly so fast. What happens, in terms of thermal velocity to the airframe of, this is like a stainless steel airframe. What happens to an airplane that flies this quickly, and what needs to be done to build an airplane to fly this quickly? And to answer this question, they built, once again, the Bristol 188. This plane had its first flight in 1962, and we gladly have it now for the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 because the developers of TG Sims have recently released their quite good add-on, really cheap add-on for $5.95, where we have both Bristol 188s included. Right now, we're flying the first 188 that was built and sucked a little bit more, and we're gonna find out pretty much in a second. Let's go ahead and take off here from St. Martin. Not a very British island, it doesn't really matter. Come on, let's go full power, and we already realized, why is it yawing to the left? Why is our first engine surging quite a lot here? All right, come on, let's go full power. We are going full power. We are going very fast. At 200 knots, we're able to take off. Very quick one. Let's get the landing gear up, which looks very strange. And then we can put the flaps up, and this is a fast airplane after all. Even though our engine seems to very much, look at that. What's going on with the first engine? All right, looking good. We're gaining speed, but not really a Mach just yet. We want to go supersonic. Let's maybe go ahead and maybe reach altitudes of like 40,000. Oh yes, perfect. This way we're able to reach proper supersonic speeds. Let's do it. What's wrong with the first engine? We're getting closer. 0.94, 0.96, 0.97, 0.96. Our first engine is dying. Okay, we might have run out of fuel by now. All right, we have a bit of a problem, a very common problem on the Bristol 188, especially the first one that was built, the first out of two, the one we're flying right now, the XF923. And the problem was that it had a very, very small fuel tank and a very, very thirsty engine. Yes, for the first XF923, they opted for the Gyron Junior turbojets, which very much sucked because, once again, as we are able to experience, the engine was very unreliable as it was not very well developed and not very thoroughly developed. It had issues with vibration, surging, and also it was very, very thirsty. And so this plane had a smaller range than a 20-year-old Tesla, and we're now stalling out of the sky. That's kind of the opposite of what we wanted to achieve, and we're definitely now dying. Now that didn't happen in real life. The plane never crashed. But yes, everybody, especially for the first Bristol 188 that was built, things looked really, really bad. The highest top speed that was ever achieved on this airplane then was 1.6 Mach. Not nearly fast enough to actually gather the data that the British wanted. And so they came up with the XF926, which had different engines, I guess better engines that were finally Mach 2 capable gyros. Because the XF926, actually, this is the first time flying this version here. I hope the engine doesn't suck as much. Come on. Full power on both. Let's hope that we don't have loss in power on the left engine as well. Yeah, we do. Why is there like differential thrust? What is that? Why is that? No, Why is it doing that? Anyway, ATR, come on, get off the runway. We're finally able to take off once again. That looks fine. Let's put the quite funky landing gear up. Nice how it folds. And there we go, we're able to fly here. This right here now has a bit of a different speed indicator, and it is quite faster. There we go, Mach 0.8. There we go, looking good. We're able to easily reach 1 Mach, right? Now, have we already lost 5% of fuel within like a minute? Oh, yeah, did you see that? That was some nice effects here. Yes, once again, the developers made a really good job. This is pretty good here. We're quite quick. Talk about the developers. Actually, they made a really good job here. What is this? Amplitude? Don't know what that even does. A lot of the switches here actually do work, which I haven't really studied this airplane, so I really don't know what the most of them do, but that's fine. Very beautiful. I mean, for $5. This is really great. Good job. What does this do? AC supplies, power. Oh, I guess they don't work, but that's fine. We're looking pretty good. We're gaining speed quite a bit. The top speed of this plane that was reached was still not Mach 3 though. This plane only ever went up to 1.8 Mach, 1.88, after which point in real life the engine actually died. Okay, come on. There we go. Come on. Let's let the plane roll in. We are fast, although we have to think. I mean, the Concorde would be like twice as fast. Come on. Let me drop that nose a little bit so we can go faster. What I really like is once again the MFS effects here on supersonic flying. Boom, check that out. Because obviously in front of your airplane you wouldn't be able to hear it. All right, come on. Let's go. Let's do it. Oh, yes. We're able to actually reach airframe overspeed. Yes, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Go faster. We need to go faster. 1.7, 1 point. Yeah, 1 point. 1 point. All right, we're losing speed, which is quite obvious, and we've completely blacked out. We're over. Good stuff. So yes, everybody, the tough journey of the Bristol 188. A plane that never made the designers happy. I guess the engine was not good enough and all that stuff. Come on, let's maybe try to see if we can take off. Come on, we can go 15% of flaps, which is quite a lot. There we go. This plane is quite uncontrollable on the ground, by the way, but we've been able to take off out of St. Bartholomew. We actually haven't even landed this plane ever. How do we? Is there like a drag chute? I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, I don't want to open the canopy. In fact, I would just like to land on this ridiculously short runway of St. Bartholomew. Oh, yes, beautiful. Let's go ahead and brake. The air brakes on this plane were quite nicely engineered. Check this out. Very beautiful. This was important to stop this very fast airplane. And now we're going to land. We're at, what is that, 150 knots, right? No! Oh, please stop. Please. Right. Oh, yeah, come on. Good to see you. There you go. We've done this quite well, everybody. The Bristol 188, not even that bad after all. I mean, as long as it can operate at St. Bartholomew, we are just fine. Incredibly capable plane after all. Now, I mean, I didn't mean to hate too much on this plane. It just shows that, well, things don't always go right. Honestly, still the British learned a whole lot from this airplane. I mean, there is a reason that only a few years later, they were able to build the Concorde with the French. A plane that's a whole lot better and faster than the Bristol 188. A relatively flawed plane, but that's just what it is. Beautiful, though. So everybody, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, good night. Now, thank you very much to my highly supporting members like Jamie Ashton, Mike C, James Duram, Ragings, Met RLG, Matt Fan Z, Moritz, Bellhausen, Knots Enthusiast, Shadow, New York, Ryland Williams, Kelly Chaos, John O'Brien, and I'm addicted to Airbus A380s. Thank you.